the black, do you remember any of the black protests that were going on?
Yes, and I thought they were, oh, excuse me, those, some of those poor blacks who had it hard.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they had it harder than you guys, growing up poor?
No.
So your life was just as hard as theirs, you think?
Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember, what else do you remember about the 1960s? Do you remember any of the hippies, Grandma? What did you think about the hippies?
Oh, I thought they were nauseating at times.
Okay, why? What didn't you like about them?
Living in those compounds and having those poor babies.
Do you remember women trying to get any more rights in the 1960s? Do you remember anything going on with the women's movements?
No, I don't remember too much about that. I think later in life I was more interested in the health
of your family. What about the black riots, Grandma? Like the Huff riots or the riots in Detroit? Do you remember those?
What do you remember about Huff? The Huff riots in Cleveland.
The health?
The Huff riots in Cleveland. What do you remember about that?
Well, I felt that too many of the African Americans were trying to get too much, where they should have gone out and tried to do some work like an ordinary person. So I don't know, maybe I'm wrong.
No.
So you felt that they had the education education was available to them if they would have.
That's exactly right. And they weren't taking advantage of the education that they could get. That was because when I was young, I couldn't get any aid to work. You know what I mean?
To live, to
go to school. Mm-hmm. So those were.
So you felt that they had more available to them than actually you did.
That's exactly right.
Grandma, when you were raising the girl, what were you going to say?
We had nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't.
Grandma, do you remember when you were raising the girls? Do you remember a figure in the media called Dr. Spock?
Oh, yes, he was one that believed that they shouldn't be spanked.
Did you spank your daughters anyways?
No, I think they were good girls. So
you washed my mouth off with soap. I remember that.
Oh, that one time you were.
Yeah, I remember that time. Yeah. You didn't spank me. I got my mouth washed out with soap. Yeah. Just for fighting.
You might want to grab your nose. After Lyndon B. Johnson, do you remember Nixon winning the next election?
That's when all the
Watergate
started.
Yeah. What do you remember about Watergate?
Well, that's when he was doing things underhanded.
Mm-hmm. What did you think about it?
Well, I thought he was wrong.
Yeah.
And that's when Truman took over. Who took over after that?
Ford.
Yeah, after Nixon it was Ford.
Gerald Ford.
Poor Ford stumbling over his feet. You know, I don't think you can't make cinnamon rolls today. It's too late.
Well, this is Molly's doing this for her.
Yeah,
class.
Grandma,
This is homework.
This is homework, so this is fine. We can take plenty of time with this. We're moving through the century pretty well. remember the space race at all, Grandma?
If you point them out to me, then I remember.
The space race. Do you remember the U.S. trying to land on the moon?
Oh yes, that was something when they did land on the moon.
1969 when they landed on the moon.
Mm-hmm. Catherine Brewer and her husband Schwartz were at our house at the time.
Wait, Grandma, when did you get your first TV?
When Joni was a baby.
So before my mom was born, you got your first TV?
No, she was born already.
So Mom had just been born.
We had got that TV at the May Company.
At the May Company?
Downtown. You see, we didn't have stores in the suburbs like we do now. That's when downtown would.
You gotta go downtown to do shopping.
Oh, okay.
That's when downtown went downhill.
Nice. What do you remember watching on TV?
What the heck?
How about Lawrence Welk? Bishop Sheen?
Oh,
Who's Bishop Sheen?
Yeah, he was.
Lawrence Welk, Bishop Sheen, Walter Cronkite, the news.
Oh, Cronkite. Yeah, we used to watch
You used to watch Walter Cronkite in the news?
news and
Bishop Sheen was a religious program. Catholic bishop was speaking.
Oh. Yeah.
You know who Lawrence Welk is.
How am I supposed to know who Lawrence Welk is?
This big band director, he had this big. Anyway, Mitch Miller, and he had his sing along.
oh, that's right.
Yeah, the bouncing ball.
Yeah.
like Mickey Mouse? Like,
No. That was not a sing along program.
oh my goodness. So after Nixon, was it Carter? Yeah, Carter.
Carter than Reagan.
Yeah, that's what, just checking. So after Nixon, then Jimmy Carter became president. Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember when he made a remark about his daughter could do some work.
His daughter could do some work?
What is her name?
Chelsea?
Clinton?
No. Okay, there's Chelsea's Clinton. Oh, she was
Carter's daughter?
She was the homeliest looking girl. It was terrible.
She was
What do you
almost
mean?
like a girl.
What's Clinton's daughter?
No,
Oh, Rosemary.
Carter's daughter. We know what Clinton's daughter.
Yeah,
What's it?
Rosemary was Carter's wife.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna get your other hand up here, and I'm gonna take this off of you. You don't need this anymore. What do you remember? Is there anything that you remember about Carter or that election?